Greetings, my name is Timothy Collinson and I'm the Faculty Librarian for Technology, and this video is going to take you through how you can access our resources. It would be lovely if one login did for everything, but unfortunately that's not the case. So I'm going to show you the three possibilities that there are that you might need to get into what's going on, and I'm going to share my screen with you. If we go to the library homepage, library.port.ac.uk, you can see here that we can click on the menu in the top right-hand corner here, and we can go to using resources, and we can go to guides to using resources. And on the guides to using resources, you'll find the three possibilities. You'll find the accessing electronic resources, which is the link that you need. You may also find this on your subject pages as well, because it's so important. And you can now see that you've got three options here: setting up the VPN, logging in via authentication, and resources which require a separate username and password. So what's going on? Well, some databases need you to be on campus to use them, which is a bit tedious, of course, if you're not on campus. So the VPN, or the virtual private network, lets you pretend to be on campus even when you're not. And if you follow the link there, you'll go to a page that says how to set up the VPN. You do it in your browser. Your browser then appears to be on campus, and you're able to get into those databases. It also saves you some of the additional logging in that you might have to do. So it's a tool that's worth knowing how to use, and you may be familiar with them from other settings. So the VPN is a key way of getting into our resources, but probably the most common way after that is getting in via authentication, which is basically just your university login and password. And this is fairly straightforward, except that if you go from the library home pages, you'll go directly to the page that you need to log in with. If you go from a database page, then you'll need to look for something that will say something like institution or institutional login, shibboleth, or perhaps academic sign-in. It doesn't matter what it says. Make that your choice, and then it will take you to a page where you can search for the University of Portsmouth, and it'll take you to our login page. Sometimes it will ask you whether you're in the UK first, and you'll need to choose something like UK Access Management Federation or something. But the key thing there to know is that the University of Portsmouth is in the UK, and that's what you need. Once you've done that and you've gone through to the login page, your normal university login and password should get you into those resources. Hope that works for you, and ask if you've got any questions. There is a third possibility, unfortunately, particularly frustrating, that perhaps they don't use the other two methods, but they still have their own individual logins and passwords. And if you go to the passwords for resources page, you'll be able to find help on how you can access that. And here it explains what's going on. There are only about 30 of these databases now, but they might be particularly relevant for your course. I know that civil engineering, for example, has a few databases in this category, and you'll need to find out what they are. But how do you find out what they are? Well, typically, you would click on this page, but of course we can't make this page available to the world and give away the passwords. So you will need to use the VPN to access that page, and you'll be able to then read the passwords and the logins and any other information you might need. Some databases, for example, need company ID. So there are some databases, as I say, that have their own individual passwords. Barber for health and safety information is a good example, but we have several other ones as well. So don't miss that trick on how to get there. So I'll stop sharing my screen there. Remember that there's those three ways to get in: VPN, the authentication with your university login and password, and then the passwords page, which you get to behind the VPN, and that should enable you to get into all of our resources. If you can't get into any of them, and we want you to be able to use them for your work, and the university's paid for them and you've paid for them through tuition fees, then please get in touch with us, and we'll see if it's a problem at your end, a problem at our end, or a problem at the database supplier's end, and we'll hopefully get that fixed for you. So all the best with your research. I hope it goes really well for you, and get in touch if you need any help.